Paint does not fail in the market. It fails before it is ever sold. And most paint businesses don't lose money because customers reject them. They lose money because failure is already built into the product. You see, I work with paint manufacturers at different stage. Beginners starting from home and producers already selling but struggling with complaints, returns, and rejections. Across all of them, one pattern is constant. When paint fails in the market, the failure starts inside production, not outside. This is not an option. This is repeated diagnosis. You see, paint manufacturing is not about mixing, it is about understanding. This video is part of the February paint failure diagnosis training. Do well to go to the description and, of course, check the link for the playlist. Now, I'm going to be explaining what market failure really means. You see, most people think paint fails when customer complain. That's the late stage failure. The real failure happens earlier when the product cannot survive normal conditions, which are one, storage, two, transportation, three, time, four, handling. The last is variation. When paint cannot tolerate these steps I just mentioned, the market never truly accepts it. Now, let's look at why demand doesn't save bad system. I have to be honest with you. Marketing cannot fix unstable paint. Yes, because demand control rescues weak system. You see, when paint separates, thickens, smells, fades, or changes behavior, the market responds quietly by rejecting that product. Now, let's look at why failure is not accidental. You see, paint failure is not bad luck. It is not environmental issue. It is not storage. Failure is structural. And the reason is because if production has no system, the product carries hidden weakness into the market. Now, let's look at why guessing feels cheap but costs more. Guessing feels faster, guessing feels cheaper, but guessing creates variability, and variability destroys trust. Trust loses and kills repeated sales. You see, storage does not kill paint, storage applies stress. And stress exposes one, weak structure, two, poor balance, three, missing control. That is why factory don't fear storage. They design their system for it. Now, why time is the real examiner? Because so many people are not aware that the longer a product is being stored, it exposes its true nature. That is to say, time tests every formulation, time reviews every shortcut. If paint cannot survive time, it cannot survive the market. And this is where so many paint manufacturers get it wrong. Those that produce paint for uses just now, that product also exposes itself when it's on the wall for several months or years. And if it's stored in the bucket, once the bucket is opened, you can now be able to see the total outcome of the production process. Notice something important here. This is not an application issue. It is not a customer issue. It is a system issue. That distinction is what separates guessing from control. You see, factories don't correct blindly. They diagnose first. Correction without diagnosis multiply loss, and diagnosis before correction protect consistency. This is why factories survive pressure that destroys small producers. Now, let's look at the differences between mixers and manufacturer. See, mixers react while manufacturers control. Mixers chase symptoms while manufacturers remove causes. Let me ask you a diagnosis question. Where do you lose money first? Before sales or after complaint starts? Drop your comment below for diagnosis. Let's get to see if you understand the system correctly. Before we continue, remember to subscribe. Don't just watch. We appreciate your support to our Glenify students, channel members, and loyal subscriber. Thank you. And to those joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Please give this video a thumbs up by liking this video. It helps the knowledge reach the right people. If you're still controlling pains by instinct, you are already paying for the mistake. Zero to manufacturing is not where you learn chemical, it is where you learn control. It replaces guessing with system. It protects your production before the market rejects it. If you want to stop bleeding quietly and start producing like a factory, the link below is where that shift happens. Also, if you prefer structure reference material, you can also explore our Greenify Paint ebook. There are advanced formulation 2026 and system guided for manufacturers who want depth. They support training system. They don't replace control. Remember, guessing creates losses, control protect profit, system allow scale. And paint manufacturing is not about mixing, it's about control. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again, bye for now.